This event of ours, yesterday, tonight, and tomorrow, is all in commemoration of the National Day for Truth and Reconciliation.
Next up, everyone, Kevin Schofield, affectionately known as the Tennessee Cree.
What does reconciliation mean to you?
Well, reconciliation ultimately means a change in the day-to-day treatment that our people receive in Canada, all throughout Canada. The small little details of how we are treated in service and differences in education and health and law enforcement and those kind of things that's true reconciliation. But for me, it means teaching people what I know and humbly accepting people who they are and working together to find commonalities and teaching other musicians my songs. So that's what it means specifically for me in this case. And I'm lucky enough to be able to work with maestros who are really, really prolific artists. So I could hum them a tune and they could play it back for me. So they have very little difficulty finding a way to complement my powwow chants. So it's very wonderful to work with them, and they're so talented, and the music we create is so big and epic, and it makes us realize that we have created musical reconciliation, I suppose. That's what it means personally for me as the Tennessee Cree character. And as Kevin Schofield is a day school survivor, a third generation residential school survivor, and it's very nice to see me teaching them the songs that our ancestors would have been punished for in school. Like Meme Boo Boo. That would have been a song that most residential school survivors would know. And any older Crees, there's older Crees in the audience, I told them I want to sing what, I seen him earlier, I told him I was going to sing Meme Boo Boo, and he was very, very pleased to hear that. So to share traditional, formerly outlawed songs in a setting such as this to an audience who wants to learn about musical reconciliation, who paid tickets to come to see that, it's quite an amazing opportunity for me as a humble artist. And I want to thank Tony Belcourt. Well, Truth and Reconciliation Day, it does give me hope that people are going to kind of listen and open their minds and hearts to our stories. In Canada, and meeting us halfway in terms of coming to some kind of agreement about the history of what happened to us and some kind of terms of making it better, some kind of steps where we could take to make things better for our children, to own our history, to own our our relationship with each other somehow. It's a horrendous history. And there's very few countries with a list of atrocities such as that, you know, killing the children of non-combatants, you know, that's pretty bad sin. So there's very few countries in the world have that sin, that stain on them. But it's a colonial stain, and we got to come to terms with it. And it brings up a lot of issues of vengeance and hatred and forgiveness, and you can either go too hard with it and end up burning yourself, but you can't go too soft with it and just forget. We can forgive, but we can't forget. We have for our health, for our emotional and mental health, we have to forgive. That's what our elders told us. We have to forgive. And maybe that's how we get to live to be the 80, 90 years old. Is if we have that forgiving spirit in our heart, regardless if they deserve it or not. In ceremony, we always pray for our enemy, for the one that hurt you, the one that broke your heart. We pray for them in ceremony. So maybe that's what we should do. Maybe that would be one of the steps towards reconciliation. On our part, reconciliation, and come within our own hearts and come to terms with things.
I'm glad you brought up Tony. Can you tell me a couple of words about Tony and what he's done to help your career?
Well, so much is like a personal thing. Like he's grown to become more of my familia, and I've really enjoyed his influence in my life. He's involved me in many things, personal things, and he's drawn me close into his inner family circle, and that's what I appreciate most. And to have a few contacts in Ottawa, to have a few people to see regularly, that's exceptional for Tony. I like to see him every couple of times a year and catch up and share my music and share my few food with him. It's been a pleasure getting to know him over the last 10 years or so.
It's a wonderful thing to do this here in Almonte and to see all the support that we're getting from this town and from the surrounding area. The outpouring of interest and true support in getting involved with us so that we can make sure that things that have happened in the past don't happen again, and that we can all work together to make this a better place for us and for Mother Earth.
Things are going pretty good with my music. Like, we got a grant application accepted, and we're recording an album of traditional songs blended with strings called Arias for Grace. And it's the songs that I've been singing since I was a teenager with the drum group in the Moose Factory. And then I did a lot of big shows this summer. I went to Martin Falls and I went to Moose Factory. And I shared my songs with a lot of Indigenous people up north. It was wonderful to do. Thank you guys. We really like playing for you guys. Appreciate it. Bye now.